People call you low-key, almost unbothered, even boring. You weren't trying to be either. And if you're the type who doesn't need a reason to feel good, you've probably heard it before. Quiet, hard to read, so calm it's almost weird. Most people are chasing something. A better mood, a bigger win, a reason to feel okay today. There's a whole industry selling it back to them. One more habit, one more hack, one more dopamine hit, disguised as self-improvement. Here's what nobody tells them. Chasing a feeling is exactly what keeps it out of reach. Every time you hunt a high, your baseline resets lower, and you need a bigger hit just to feel normal again. But here's where it gets interesting. Some people never join that chase. Not because they're wired for less feeling, because they're wired for a different system. Here's what that system actually looks like. One, they protect their morning before anyone else gets a piece of it. No phone in the first 20 minutes. People call it a quirk. Research from Stanford neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky on stress physiology found that what your nervous system is exposed to first sets the tone for cortisol the rest of the day. That's not avoidance, that's regulation. 2, they say no without an apology attached. Just no. People read that as cold. It's not cold. It's a boundary that doesn't need a defense. 3, they move their body and don't care how it looks. Not for a mirror. Research on dopamine baseline shows movement resets the exact system that chasing highs wears down. 4, they let boredom just sit there. They don't fill it with a screen. That's not laziness. That's the brain's default mode network doing the job it's built for. 5, they keep one real friendship instead of 50 loose ones. Psychologist John Cacioppo's work on social connection found it's the depth of a tie, not the number of contacts, that actually regulates the nervous system. 6, they cut their inputs. Fewer feeds, fewer notifications, not hiding. Filtering. 7, they stop chasing every opportunity that lands in front of them because they already know getting the thing rarely feels like they thought it would. But here's the question worth sitting with. Are you actually calm? Or have you just gotten really good at looking fine? Both look identical from the outside, only you know which one it is. 8, they process what they feel before they say anything about it. One man learned this the hard way. He used to fire back the second something stung him. One day a coworker pushed a comment too far in a meeting. He didn't react, waited, breathed. Found her afterward alone and said 4 words. That wasn't okay, actually. Not loud, not defensive. Just true once his system had caught up with his mouth. That's not suppression. That's regulation with a delay built in. 9, they keep one win, they never post. Psychologist Barbara Fredrickson's Broaden and Build research published in 2001 found that positive states which aren't performed for anyone build more lasting psychological resources than the ones that are. 10, they treat discomfort as information instead of a threat. Health psychologist Kelly McGonigal's research on stress mindset found that people who see stress as useful actually perform better under it. That's not luck, that's trained. If you're a man doing most of this, people will still call you cold before they call you regulated. Not because you're distant, because you're not performing your feelings loud enough for them to clock it as feeling anything at all. None of this was ever about being happier. A pressure gauge doesn't announce when it's working. It just holds steady quietly while everything around it spikes. The ones who don't need it seen are usually the ones who built it right. Which one of these have you been doing for years without knowing why? Tell me which number hit first. And if someone in your life gets called too calm, like it's an insult, send them this.